If it turns into something, it turns into something.
What you got?
Whoops. I put my my new Whiskey Flight panel that you gave me on the floor real quick, and it got caught up in my headband. So, like, you offered me the opportunity to stick around for a second cocktail of this super delicious amaretto sour made with the Sweetens Cove, Tennessee, Kentucky, and Tennessee bourbon whiskey. Yes, that was a name drop, by the way. I didn't want to pass that up because this is the best damn cocktail I've ever had in my life. As you were mixing that up, our friend. All right, so we've mentioned several times, I think, that we played a show called Metal Stock. It was a barn show down in Melbourne, Kansas, and one of those bands was From Ashes, and it's a dual axe kind of band, kind of like Burn the Gates. With two guitar players. One of the guitar players, Corey Stout, turned out to be a friend of mine through the Time Suck podcast. Like I was telling you earlier how I mentioned that the song Toy Box was inspired by the Time Suck episode, The Toy Box Killer, David Parker Ray. A very unique piece of shit serial killer. But anyhow... when I mentioned on stage there at Metal Stock that night, this guy in the crowd, come to find out his name's Corey Stout, guitar player for From Ashes, like I've already said now. He's like, "Oh yeah, I listen to Time Suck," and immediately I snapped out of it. I'm like, "Oh cool, fuck yeah, bro, high five!" You know, we listen to the same podcast, and then I had to snap back into it because I'm on stage, I'm busy, I'm trying to play a set, I'm trying to fucking sing songs and shit here in the middle of the night in a barn in the middle of, Melbourne, Kansas. I checked my notifications, and he invited me to a Facebook a private Facebook group called Drawing Cocks on Newspapers. I have no idea what this is about. But holy fuck balls, am I going to check that out? This has got to be awful. Cheers to that, sir. Corey Stout, this one's for you.
This tastes just about like the last one.
Man, so damn good. I can't imagine a better cocktail than that.
The bitter splash it's one dash. It
looks like two.
It was a little. Well, it was
maybe three.
It was one dash, but it was a little bit of a
sloppy dash.
But man, it just pops the flavor.
So good. So good. So, dear listener, if you like hard rock, if you like metal, check out our friends in the band From Ashes. Check them out on Facebook. I'm sure you can find them elsewhere. Maybe TikTok, maybe Instagram. I didn't do the research. I just saw.
And where are they from?
Man, I don't know. I'm going to look them up real quick on the magical app called Facebook. It's a social media.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it? Here we go. FROMASHES. Search button. There we go. They are metalcore / thrash. Let's see their about info. From Ashes 2021 at gmail.com. They're not yet rated. They have one review. They have no price range whatsoever. The Facebook, I don't know why a price range would be on here. They've had their profile since January 28, 2021. Not currently running ads. Where are the hell are you guys from?
Is there an about or something?
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. That's where I got all that need to information here. Musician band. Not right. January admin info. Page not currently. Page manager locate. Okay, here we go. Page manager location is United States. So apparently that they are here. They are from the United States. I mean, to say they're
Kansas somewhere.
A Kansas City based metal band. When we say Kansas City based, what we mean is anywhere in the Kansas City metro area and beyond. So, like, we've mentioned that we had a show together in Melbourne, Kansas at Metal Stock. I mean, that's a little pretty far away from, I mean, it's on the other side of Ottawa, Kansas, from the Kansas City metro area. It's southwest.
Yeah, I'm here in Shawnee,
us.
and it was an hour and 15 for me.
Okay. Yeah, and it was
you were
probably
pushing up
2
on
hours.
2 hours for you?
Probably, yeah, probably 2 hours from me. Looks like they're involved in the Flint Hills Metal Fest, October 21st, 2023. And you can send them a message if you want to contribute to an awesome event and get some advertising if you're into that kind of thing. But he's over there trying to dig the cherry out of the bottom of this cocktail glass. But whew, we are having some fun tonight. This is a super good cocktail. Hopefully none of you have misophonia in the slurping. And
Moist.
And then, did you say moist? I dropped my headphones. Son of a limp biscuit. My guitar player and Into Existence, Stephen Bell. Anytime during mic check, when we're on fucking stage in front of God and everybody, he's like, check 1, 2, 2, moist. The microphone is moist. He's done that since his previous band in 10,001. That dude's nuttier than squirrel shit. There was something I was going to ask you. I completely forgot what it was. It was the reason I asked you to turn the mics back on. And then I got off on a tangent talking about Corey Stout and the fucking
And
group.
drawing cocks on newspaper.
Who makes a private group called Drawing Cocks on Newspapers? Man, son of a limp biscuit. Man, that's some funny shit. Luckily, though, it got me a second cocktail of this Amaretto Bourbon Sour featuring the Sweetens Cove, Tennessee, Kentucky, and Tennessee Bourbon Whiskey. Bourbon. Bourbon. You ever notice sometimes people say bourbon, they're like bourbon. Bourbon. Like, if you ever listen to KMBZ, one of the shows on there is hosted by Scott Parks and Dana Wright. But Scott, when he says bourbon, because he's a bourbon fan, he says bourbon. Bourbon. It's very distinct the way he says it. It's like bourbon. Sounds like a guy that's been drinking bourbon for like, decades upon decades.
Bourbon.
It's bourbon. Emphasis on the emphasis on the motorboat. Bourbon. On this cocktail, I couldn't identify the single thing that makes this sumbitch shine. But it's like every component, every ingredient involved, including the ice, works together in a way that makes this cocktail 100% stellar.
It has a half ounce of lemon juice.
Yeah.
It's not really a very citric-y cocktail.
No.
When it all comes together.
No.
There's no lemon to be found anywhere in the profile of this cocktail.
I don't taste it, but it's got to be, because without it, I mean,
Without it, it would be Sugar Central.
I've said right. Yeah, I've said before I'm a regular Betty Crocker, but I can say for one thing's for certain, if it weren't for the lemon juice being part of this cocktail, it would be missing something. Since it is in here, it's just adding something. You find lemon or lemon juice part of a lot of different recipes,
Or even just the zest.
the zest, even, yeah. Mm-hmm. And the zest is amazing by itself. Like if you're cooking some kind of fish or shrimp or chicken, whatever, The zest can be the ingredient. You don't even use the juice. And you're like, well, great. What do I do with this skinless fucking lemon? But whatever. Wayne has an idea. Throw it in a cocktail. Use some egg white. And as always, keep on burning.